Hello, I'm Skid from the Wildskin Gaming Forum. Today I'm going to be giving you a look at Defiance. Now, I'm doing this video a little earlier than I would have liked to, but that's mostly my fault. I wanted to wait until after the TV show came out, because the TV show and the game are effectively, they run parallel storylines. And there's supposed to be some crossover or interlinking between the two of them, but they've not really said much about what or how they're going to do that. And I wanted to wait until afterwards, but unfortunately the TV show isn't out this week, it's out next week. And that would mean this video will be two weeks after the game's release, which I didn't really want to do, so it's going out now. So first things first, we'll have a quick look at the settings. Now, as you can probably see already, the HUD and all UI is spanned. And despite the fact this is a try-on game and they made Rift, which had by far one of the best MMO customizable HUDs I've seen. I have not really seen anyone do it any better than them. Basically, you could resize and move everything. In this game, you can resize and move precisely nothing. So it's a massive step down. It's really disappointing. But if we go to the options, it does pick up the resolution natively. I've not had to set that. It picked it clean from my desktop. The graphic settings I'm using should be pretty much maximum with motion blur off. Other than that, there's just your standard select settings. So we've got show nameplates here. We can show account names. Basically, you've got an account name and a character name. Your account name is not actually your username. Basically, it's a unique identifier for your entire account that is spread across all of your characters. So you can use your account name in place of your username effectively. So that regardless of which character you're using, you always appear as the same name. I think that's kind of the idea behind it. But basically some standard controls, and then you've got basic audio options as well. Control keys are rebindable, so long as you tell it on. I think I'm using mostly default. I think I've changed crouch because I prefer left control rather than C. But I think most of the rest of it are all the same. Credits in the options for some reason, but yeah. So basic options, resolutions there. As I said, the HUD and UI is spanned. You can probably tell from here. No, because that's not about. Yeah, I'll log in. Basically, the game is horizontal plus. It's a little hard to tell from the menu screen. We'll let it load. Which always takes longer when you're recording. There we go. So yeah, this is horizontal plus. Some people have complained, or I've seen complaints that the field of view is a little low, but personally, for a third-person shooter, it's relatively fine. I've not really seen any issues with it. Ah, I happen to be standing in a Arcfall event area. But yeah, again, all in-game UI. This is kind of weird because the legend is here, which is kind of off-center. I think that's probably due to, it must be positioned off-center rather than positioned off-side. But yeah, everything else is spanned, and it makes the menus very, very clunky. You can see in the upper left-hand corner is my shield, my experience, and my health. Bottom right are all my abilities and my weapon and armaments. The chat is down at the bottom right. Did I say... I may have been getting my left and right confused. Chat's down there, bottom right, and the HUD is up bottom left, but there's no way to move it around, so you're stuck with them there and it's pretty much useless to you. So you will be relying mostly upon full screen cues in the game and sounds for when you lose your health or when you've lost your shields. Your ammo, on the other hand, is a lot trickier to keep a track of. You will have to keep looking at that. But most things have some sort of sound effect or some sort of indication, so like powers, there will be an audible beep when it's recharged, but it will take a while to recharge, so you're not going to hear that for a while, so I'll just burn it off now. Otherwise, we'll go through the inventory screen. Now, I'm going to get to my first real bugbear with this game, and that is basically the weapons system. Now, there's a reasonable variety of weapons But you see this nice little sniper rifle here, the Deadbolt, which is what I've been equipped with since the start of the game. I'm now ego ranked about 146, and I've found no weapons that deal, or no sniper rifles that deal more damage than this one. The closest I've got is this sniper rifle here, which I've only just got, that has a slightly faster reload, the same amount of damage, same fire rate, a smaller magazine, but it also has a status effect. But otherwise, weapons appear to just be the same, universal. There doesn't appear to be much variety, at least in weapon scaling. They don't get more powerful, which is kind of annoying because you don't then feel like you're progressing, but there is a practical upshot of that. The practical upshot is that effectively, because your weapons don't scale with your level, the entire map, and presumably any other map as you, because I've not got past the first map yet. I don't know how many maps there are, but yeah, the entire map is effectively available to you from the start. You can go anywhere, and you're not going to be effectively out of level or a lower rank for what you need there. There's no such equipment restrictions. So you can quite literally just go anywhere straight from the bat, which is reasonably good, because fairly early on in the game, you also get a vehicle. I think you get this one here. Oh, well, there you go. That's vertical miner, so that's a whole lot of use. So yeah, you do get a vehicle pretty much right at the start of the game. But because I bought this off Steam, I bought it like the day before its release. I got the pre-order one, which I actually kind of like because it's nice and blue. It's a 4x4. There's another pre-order one that you'll probably see around, which is a Dodge Challenger, which is a little absurd. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this story mission here, which is just down the road. So this may contain some spoilers. The reason I'm going to do a story mission straight away is because this game, as I said, is tied into the... which direction am I in? Oh. This game is tied in with the TV series, so it'll be good to know exactly how much of a crossover there really is, which is why I'm starting with a story mission. Now, yesterday I did an episode mission, which I'm guessing are just more so like, not DLC, they might be the equivalent of, if we go back to Rift again, they might be the equivalent of world events, but it was basically just one mission. It took me a short while to complete, so it might be that they will release one once every week, and that might transfer over between the TV shows. But all of the story missions and the all of the story missions are voice acted. So there is a fair amount of voice acting.
And there's our missing overland. Let's take a closer look and see what we got. Rose's equipment isn't here. Their ledger says their last stop was supposed to be Union Depot, but they drove right past it. Perhaps something or someone there chased them.
Those goddamn 99ers must have overtaken Union Depot. Get there, check it out, and do something about it.
Now the vehicles are a lot of fun. I've definitely not had a better way of getting around the map than like these vehicles. They've all got boosters on them, or nitrous, whatever you want to call it. They typically refer to it as a booster, so.
The scanning equipment might be here, so let's look around. But be careful. There's cyborgs all over this place. It's not here.
I'm not the only one here. Yeah, some quests effectively take place in instances, whereas others take place effectively in open areas. And if anyone is around at the time that you're doing this quest, it effectively becomes a group quest. So you could actually arrive to a quest that's half completed. which is not a really bad thing, but it can be a little annoying if you turn up right as they complete the quest, because then you've got effectively done nothing. Oh, I thought I killed him. That killed him.
Nothing here.
I've had this pistol largely since the start of the game as well. Audio logs. No, that wasn't an audio log, that was just a data pad. Pursuits are basically kind of like achievements. Sniper. You missed me. Where's that last one? He's upstairs. You can shoot me all you like. I'm a player character. You can't kill me here.
We've got incoming Niners from the north.
Sniper. Yike! You dead? No, you're just injured. Shit, sniper over there. Now he's dead. Ooh, new weapon. One problem is I can't compare it from here. If I want to compare it, I've got to go into here. So let's see. That versus my deadbolts. That is actually fractionally better because I can have 2 mod slots on it, so I can improve it more. This game kind of has the Borderlands 2, well, I'm not going to say issue because it's not really an issue, but effect whereby the more of you there are in an area, the stronger the NPCs become, the more bullet spongy. So that's 2 headshots, 3 headshots, and that was a critical hit, 4 headshots. But yeah, this is an MMO, so you should expect MMO type behaviour more than anything else. So the other player is just going to sit there. I did not go to plan. Missed it. Killing him doesn't bother me. If you can jump to it, then you can climb it. Where was that weak spot? That wasn't his head. It is his head.
Scanning equipment is in the box. Grab it and let's get out of here.
I'll race you to it. He beat me. I think I've still got to do it anyway.
We did all we could at the docks. Meet us outside Union Depot.
There's no fall damage on this, so you can jump off really high ledges. Which is kind of odd because most MMOs now still do have fall damage, so I have no idea why there isn't fall damage in this. There's a fair few bugs in this game. It basically feels like it was released prematurely, and I can kind of understand why it would be. Whoa! What the hell?
Look at you. I'm thinking of Frenching you straight on the lips. That's how much I love you right now. No one was hurt, were they?
All right, Von Bach. Let's get this gear to Rosa at top notch. I'll drop him off. Then I need to make sure those raider sons of bitches didn't come back to my ranch.
I'm really starting to think he doesn't like me.
I wonder why you're an arsehole.
I'll be in touch.
But he's my boss.
I'm at top notch. This place is a sinkhole, so I'll wait for you.
Where the hell's that coming from? Oh, it's those things. You get a lot of those spawning around. They're basically mini missions that just spawn randomly around the world. Well, I say randomly, they're probably scripted to some degree. So let's have a look at this weapon that I've just got. Now, I'm not entirely sure what these status effects all are yet. Faster fire rate if I level it. Oh no, that's by default faster fire rate. It can equip a scope and a... I don't know what you call them. It's the bit at the back you put against your shoulder. I think I will equip that one. I may even be able to mod it. Now, I'm got used to this menu system, but as I said, it's fairly clunky. Can I equip another perk yet? No. Oh yeah, this is the skill tree. I say after I've come through it and just breeze past it. When you start off, you basically, or at least I did, I'm not sure whether or not this applies to all characters or whether it's just survivalist specific. But this is your, they call it a ego grid, but it's your skill tree. And you start off picking one of these 4 major abilities. You've got Decoy, which allows you to deploy a decoy that the enemies will attack. Overcharge, which increases weapon power for a period of time. Blur, which increases speed and melee attack for a period of time. And then Stealth, which makes you invisible for a period of time. And once you select your primary ego power, you then effectively select perks around it. And it branches off in a tree-ish sort of fashion. It's more of a grid. Well, it is called a grid. It is a grid. You get ego points. Is it ego units? Ego units. Every few times you level up. The ego rating system is a little odd. I think it's basically just obfuscating. I got that word from Total Biscuit. He's been saying it way too much. I'm fairly sure that it's basically just hiding a static number level, because I've probably leveled up about 15 times. And I reckon the actual number there is basically just making you look more powerful than you really are, because you don't go up in ones, you tend to jump up. So yeah, I think that's just masking a very rudimentary level system. But for the most part, the only thing it does is prevent you from unlocking skills outside of your level. So for example, I can't unlock that until I'm ego, or until I have a power rating of 250, and I can't upgrade my primary skill again until I reach 200. So I've got a spare point and I want to invest it. Do I have all of my abilities? Yes, I do. I wanted to slightly change my skilling. because I want to make more use of my cloak. So now I've got 3 extra abilities. I've got this one which decreases the recharge time of cloak, I've got this one which increases my damage while cloaked, and this one which increases the duration of cloak. At the minute I'm using Hunter's Stance, which increases critical hits or basically headshot damage, while I'm crouched. That one gives me a boost in attack or boost in damage to attacking anyone not in combat. It's not as useful as it seems. And this one's slightly more useful. It deals more damage when I'm at a higher altitude than the person I'm attacking. But the perks that I want to equip are this one. Oh yeah, you can't double click it. I did purchase that, didn't I? Can I not equip it? Alright, so I've got to unequip my existing powers to equip my new ones. So we will equip that. Unequip that. And equip that. Unequip that. And equip that. So that will basically boost all my stealth abilities. Now, I do have multiple loadouts. I tend not to use this one unless I'm in real close quarters combat, but it's there. So basically the only other thing are the shields. No, I prefer to have it quickly recharge. That'll take a while to come back up. But similarly, the shields don't really improve much as you level. They're just slightly different names or variations. So this one has a slightly higher capacity but a slower recharge time. There's another one that recharges incredibly quickly but has a lower capacity, and that sort of thing. They're all sort of like side grades rather than upgrades. Vehicle we've done, and then you've just got grenades, and just basic slightly different types of grenades. That one I will equip because I can throw them more often. So, what to do now? They're probably on the final boss. So let's see if I can get there before they kill it. Let's see if I can take a scene. Yeah, the physics are slightly wonky in vehicles, but it's actually more fun for it. It's not. I don't think it's intentionally designed to be realistic. I've got to be careful because vehicles can't swim. I can't climb that. Never mind. Damn it, the event's ended. Bollocks. Is there another arcfall nearby? Just a small one. Never mind. There are other things to do. So all of these little things are basically their side missions or skill tests. So rampages are basically just, here's a gun, kill as many people as possible. Time trials are interesting. They're basically just, well, they're what they sound like. Hot shots. I can't remember what hot shots actually are. There's also Shadow Wars, which has not been explained to me whatsoever. So I have no idea what they were, or what they are. But I know what I was going to do. I was going to equip Salvage Matrix. I was going to equip modifications to my new sniper rifle. So we go select it, and attach mods. Now, stock, that's the word. I don't have a stock for it, but I believe I have a barrel. I've gone back. Have I broken the interface? I've broken the interface. Buggy game. Fortunately, there aren't very many crippling bugs, but there are still some. I've had NPCs on a quest where you've got to effectively assault a base and you have to follow them because they're leading the charge. Stand still and not move at all. There we go. Now, I can't remember what this does because it's not telling me because it's there. It should be there. Plus 10. Oh, yes, I will definitely be equipping that. increases critical multiplier, which is always nice. But I've not got any stock. How many keycards do I have? I have not submitted the page. How do I submit the page then? It's obviously not cancel, it's not remove mod. I've not got any mods to select. Oh, there, start action. See, clunky, it's all over the place. Although, admittedly, that is right at the bottom underneath it, but all of the other buttons are down here. Yes, attach these mods. Mods successfully attached. Now, there's something else. Where is it? It is under stats, isn't it? Arc Salvage. I've only ever found one use for this. Oh, I have enough key codes. Good, I can show you that. I've only ever found one use for this. I do not want to be sitting around here for long. I want to be heading over here. I could fast travel there, but I'm going to drive. Yeah, Arc Salvage, you get that a variety of ways. You get a small amount, well, during general missions and as rewards for killing things. But you get more of it for doing Arc 4 missions. There's a pursuit for crossing all 14 bridges. Okay, fair enough. And now I've entirely forgotten what I was saying. Yes, Arc Salvage. Yeah, you get a fair amount of it for doing Arc 4 quests. Or Arc 4 missions. But I've only ever found a single use for it. And that's basically to buy keycards with, or these little key things. If you look down on the bottom left, there's a little symbol with a key. It says I've got 71 of 75. And the only thing I can see to purchase with them is, or purchase with Arc Salvage, is those keys. But you get a fair amount of those keys just from general playing the game and leveling, so I'm not entirely sure as to what its purpose is at the minute. I'm sure it must have a purpose. The number next to it, the 18,001, is script, and that's basically cash. And I don't think I can cut through here.
Those ruthless raiders are holding the foreman hostage along with several
I
miners.
cannot.
We've got to rescue them.
So I am going to get out of here in a roundabout way. I'll respawn my vehicle in a minute. Yeah, the number next to it, the 18,001, is script, and that's just basic money, and similar to Arc Salvage, I very rarely actually bought anything with it. So most of the loot I've either sold or converted into Arc Salvage, and I've not used any of the products of that. So yeah, it's either badly explained or there's just something not quite right there, that I'm just getting the script and I've got nothing to use it on. It just doesn't seem right. Now, the reason I came over here, in fact I didn't actually have to come over here, but it gave me a chance to talk, is this little thing here. Now, these are both vendors, and if I wanted to, I could buy a vehicle, but since I've already been given a vehicle that's pretty much better than everything that's in here, can I not select it from here? I cannot. Then these are pretty much pointless. And once you've got one of them, they're endless uses, so I've no need to buy another one. Over here I can get weapon mods. That's why I came over here. Weapon mods. Now I need a stock for my sniper rifle. And I will be very pissed if I cannot buy a stock. Oh, there we go. shotgun, pistol, investor, their assault rifles. Manual and semi-automatic sniper rifle, that reduces bloom and recoil. And that's the only thing I can get, and that's a standard one. So I will ignore that for now. But while I'm here, we will use this lockbox. Now you get to find out whether or not a tier 4 lockbox is better than a tier 2 one, because it's very hard to tell. Basically, this is much cheaper. It costs 8 keys and 1000 script, and it contains 2 random items that's at least uncommon rarity. The tier 4 lockbox contains 4, and in terms of the description, there's absolutely no difference between the two. And there you go, key codes, and that's what I can use Arc Matrix on. Arc Salvage rather. I can actually buy key codes with it. So yeah, that says I get 2, that says I get 4. But other than that, there doesn't appear to be any difference. So I'm hoping that this gives me a higher chance of higher rarity. I'm also hoping it will actually give me something useful, because I'm kind of only using pistols or snipers, so I'd really like to get a pistol or a sniper. So let's see if this is any good. Buy with resources. Nope. It's a submachine gun. That's a light machine gun. That's a sniper rifle. And that's a shotgun. All blue rarity. So if I buy another keycard, and that gives me 8. So let's buy a tier 2 lockbox. 1 green, 2 green. So yeah, tier 4s gave me 4 blues. So there is a benefit for the tier 4s. So saving your money is a good idea. So let's have a look at this sniper rifle. Is it better than the one I just picked up? Same damage, lower refire rate, higher magazine, lower critical, but then that's accuracy, -2. Is that supposed to be bloom? Yeah, the booster or the lower critical is the fact that this is modified. But other than that, it's not really any better. So yeah, that was a waste. Not like I could use it on anything else. What else did it give me? Submachine guns. That's the one it gave me. Let me compare that. That. That one gives a boost. Oh no, it has a different effect on melee. It has a higher critical. And a higher critical multiplier. So yeah, that one is flat out better. That's a light machine gun. I've not got any others of those. I've got plenty of sawn-off shotguns, but I think I got a pump action, didn't I? Yeah, I got that one. Where's my other shotgun? I don't think I sold it, did I? Because I really like that shotgun. Can't see it in the list. Maybe I did sell it. The assault rifle's there. No, that's not the one. Yeah, I think I swapped the one that I had for a sawn-off shot scattergun. Let's compare that to that. So, larger magazine, quicker reload, better accuracy. They're reasonable weapons that I just got, but nothing special. But the sniper rifle, which was the only one I'm interested in, is not really any better than the one I've got, so I shall probably sell those or convert them to resources. But first things first, before I do one more mission, I want to select that. I want to attach mod. Why can't I attach mod? Attach a stock. Hang on a second. Did I not buy that? Oh yes, I didn't buy it because it was crap. that is what I did. I didn't buy it because it was no good. And I've got no more mods to try and equip, so I'll have to wait and try and get a better one. Aha! So this is an arc form. You can think of them as rifts, effectively. They're effectively this game's equivalent of rifts. And speaking of rift, one thing that I'm kind of speculating here, basically, as I said earlier, I wanted to watch the TV show before I did this, or played this game, or did a video for this game rather, because I wanted to know how the two was going to be interlinked. And there's not really been any information regarding that available at all anywhere. Go that way. All they've really said is that there will be some sort of interlinking between the two, but they've been very vague on the details. So I have a few bits of speculation. Now, there's been a mention, a fair amount in this game, of something called Project Tranquility, which is supposedly the first attempt for humans and Vortrons, which are kind of an alien race. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. They were seen as invaders. They're basically, from what I can gather, they're not, or they weren't actually invaders. They're effectively asylum seekers. But because they were an alien race, then things sort of like got nasty, and there was a war, and then there's some sort of accident, and the world's been terraformed beyond recognition. So this is still Earth. But Project Tranquility was supposed to be the first attempt to, for basically humans and Vortangs, I think that's pronounced that correctly, to live together. Now, I've not seen anything on this map regarding Project Tranquility other than the fact that characters keep mentioning it by name. And my bet is Project Tranquility is where the TV show is taking place. So with regard to that, at the start of this, or at the start of this game, you're on board a stratocruiser, which is basically just kind of a pseudo spaceship, that is shot down in this crash, or is shot down and crashes. Now, I think that was called, or that ship was called the New Freedom. Now, what I'm expecting is that the TV show on its very first episode will probably make reference to the fact that the New Freedom was shot down. So I reckon that's how they're going to start things off. That basically is just going to be basic cross-links between the main stories like that. Now, as I pointed out in the map earlier, I'm not being attacked, so I'll do it quickly here. There's episode missions in here. And another thing I think they might do, I think those episode missions won't necessarily cross over, but I think those two might be referenced between the two, and things that happen in the episodes of the TV show may end up getting mentioned in the episodes. Oop, get out of the way! May end up getting mentioned in effectively the episodes of the game. But one thing I wouldn't be surprised is if this game starts doing something similar to World Events. Now, World Events and Rift were basically just large events that took place over the course of a month that effectively everyone took part in. They typically was effectively rifts and changes in the maps and changes in the world, which is why they were called world events. Now, those world events in Rift typically change the maps or change the dynamic of the world. And I'm kind of expecting that they might do something similar here. effectively, they might start doing world events in this game, and then have the result of those world events have an effect upon either an effect or at least be mentioned in the TV series. The thing is, I can't see them doing any real large-scale crossovers for the main reason that most of the TV series has probably already been recorded. So I can't see them having major plot points defined by something that happens in the game. So I think anything that's going to happen is largely just going to be side references between the two of them. I can't see them doing anything major. But as I said, the TV show isn't out yet, and there's no real way to know. I think this is the final boss. Yep. So we'll finish this and we'll call it a day. Now, Revolt and Hellbug, so this is going to be the big slimy thing, isn't it? Rather than the massive bug. Yep, that's the one I thought it would be. At the minute, there's not much variety between these things. The frame rate's holding up fairly well.
Shoot the Hellion's hideous moss. That's the only way to hurt it.
What do you think I've been doing? Ouch, that hurt. That wasn't even aimed at me. Damn it. Get a shot at your weak spot. What do you think won't stand still? Frame rate's starting to drop, but it's still 25 while recording, so that's not too bad. Ah! Always reloading when he presents an opportunity.
The symbiote has detached from the body. Kill it before it retreats.
This is a nice little one of those games where all the weak spots are telegraphed by bright yellow. Works for me. Ah, out of ammo. got it. Should be coming out of it sometime soon. Is he not dead? I thought he was exploding.
The symbiote has detached from
Missed
the
it,
body.
bollocks.
Kill it before it retreats.
Sniper rifles are really not good at close range. One thing I dislike fighting in a group with enemies become much less predictable and they sort of like spasm out more because more fires, so it makes it incredibly hard to hit the solid weak spots. Or even see the blasted thing through a scope. It's dead. Everything goes boom. Let's see if this guy can keep up with the pretty booms. And the rest of them any second now. 30. Ooh, I received a weapon. I've got one of those. Isn't that exactly what I've already got equipped? The fact it gave me that indicates I probably did relatively well. That said, I'm still not in the top... Yeah, I'm not in the top 16 and scroll bar still doesn't work. The highest I've appeared in one of these is 4th. So yeah, it basically it's rating you against everyone else that took part, which is kind of nice. Also kind of pointless because there's not really much point to it other than bragging rights, which is much the same for a lot of effectively the rampages and the time trials. They're all timed and basically you can check your time against who was the fastest. So yeah, a lot of this stuff is bragging rights. But yeah, I'm having fun with this. Despite its flaws and the fact it still feels very much incomplete, they can really do a lot more with this. And I think it was rushed out just because the TV show's out next week and next Monday. And I reckon that's why they pushed it out quickly. But there's a lot of the world to explore. Just following the story quests, I mean, it says I've played for 20 hours, you can probably knock off 5 just for like testing and just random dicking about where I've not actually been doing anything. So I've probably been playing for about 15 hours and I've not really touched the side quests. I've mostly been focusing on the main quests and occasionally getting sidetracked in things like the Arc 4s and the random missions that appear about. But I'm enjoying it. I just wish that I could get a better weapon rather than just be stuck with something slightly similar or fractionally better than what I started with. I mean, I've got this purple weapon here, which is an assault rifle, which was a reward for completing the what's it called? Episode mission. I got it for completing the episode mission. Now, they may have given that because when you start the mission, you effectively get told that you will be given 90,000 script each.
I'll give you that.
And then, actually, I'm not going to spoil it. They said you effectively get 90,000 script each for completing the mission, and you don't get it. So that's kind of a consolation prize, and it's a pretty decent weapon. I mean, it's what I've got equipped here, but since I tend not to use this loadout, I'm focusing mostly on sniper for long range and then pistol for medium close range, or rather sniper for long medium range and pistol for close range. Then yeah, I've not really had the chance to use that weapon, so despite it being a fairly decent weapon, I've not used it. But yeah, I'm having fun, so I'm enjoying it. And it looks like the sun is out. The graphics aren't bad, they're not great. I've seen worse, I've seen better. I wouldn't say they're average, I'd say they're above average. But yeah, some textures really do look bad, but the general world, the world portrays what it's going to pretty damn well. And again, I'm waiting to see how or how well it lines up with what's in the TV show. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything that I know about and everything that I wanted to talk about. So I shall leave it there. Thank you very much for watching if you've made it this far. According to my YouTube analysis, most people don't make it that far.
We've got mutated soldiers incoming.
And right behind me, just a standard, it's not a world quest. I'm not sure what you call them, spot quests has just appeared. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.